I also think that when we first started, we thought we had to fit in a certain...
Gotcha, yeah.
This is what we need to be doing. Like, 'cause we were looking at other people, like, oh, they do this, so we need to do that.
Yeah.
And I think we're now better defined, like, who we are as BSide of Marriage podcast and BSide of Marriage coaching.
Correct.
Like, marriage coaches, like, I think we understand it better, where we fit in, and also too, we have a more clear vision and purpose for those different areas, right?
Yeah.
And I think one thing we were getting confused with is being an influencer. We wanted to be, well, we thought we had to be these marriage influencers.
Correct.
And that is not our ministry.
Nope.
It is not our ministry.
It is not.
And I know I have always shied away from ministry.
Yeah.
Like that word, because of what that can entail. But I think if you don't, you can replace ministry with mission, purpose.
Yeah.
Our purpose is to really share and to allow couples to maximize the potential of their relationship, within their relationship, right?
Correct.
And to know that they're not alone. And
this is the B-side, 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 the marriage. This is the B-side, 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 the marriage.
hello, and welcome to another episode of the BSide of Marriage podcast. I'm your host, Rashonda, and this is my husband and co-host,
Jason.
And here at the B-side, we talk about everything related to marriage. The good, the bad, the real, the A, and the B-side. So if you're joining us for the first time, please rest assured that this is not like B-side after dark. I lost my voice over the weekend, but it was important for us to get this episode out to you all. So we're going to just record through it. So it typically does not sound like this, but we're so glad that you joined us. And if you're listening on any of our podcasts, and you have the audio podcasts, welcome. I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying right now.
Like follow, subscribe.
Oh, yes. Do all the follow, share, notifications, alerts, all the things. Subscribe, comment. Yeah, all of it.
Hit the button, all that. As well, follow us on Facebook at the BSide of Marriage and Instagram at BSide of Marriage.
All right. So let's get into it.
All right.
Let's get into our first segment where we like to share an A or B side moment from the week. And you get to go first.
Let's see. I guess, let me see. My A side is this journey that I've been on of me being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I've been doing really well. And yeah, like I said, I got my blood checked again and it went down. So I'm excited that the work that I've been doing with my faith and belief that it's going to reverse, it has been going so far. And then I guess my B side, trying to think. I guess my B side moment is that we lost this week. For both soccer and basketball. I think they both had, I think it was pretty good games for everybody, being that's the first game they all got to play together in both basketball and in soccer. But like I said, we can only go up from here. So like they all did really well. Even though it would have been nice to get the W for both, I guess that's my B side.
You trying to be like Dion?
No.
Turn programs around?
No, I don't
Go
have
undefeated.
I don't have a program. So, what about you?
So my A side is that my summer quarter of school is over. I have 181 days to graduation. So what I've done is I created a countdown. in my phone so that I'm able to, when I'm getting discouraged, realize that the end is near.
Yeah.
So I have a countdown. So I'm so excited that that is over. I get a couple of weeks of normal life, which is just not having to worry about school and assignments. But I'll take it. My B-side is that, it's really funny. So we started fall sports, and in that I have like a sports bag. Like, this is where I just take it. It has all the things, right? Well, this is the first game of the season, and I did not have everything. And then as I am sitting down mind you, our littles had a game at 8 o'clock in the morning. Jay steps in ants, I step in ants, and now I have ant bites all over my feet.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any insect repellent with me because I forgot to put it in my bag.
Yeah.
So now I have the whole week. I gotta try to get rid of these bites. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for shoes. So I'm like, this is so ghetto that I go to a soccer game and now I don't even know how I'm gonna like operate for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So the fortunate thing is though that they were not fire ants. So I'm hoping, the regular stuff will help. Like, Neosporin and stuff like that. And they'll go away sooner versus later. And then the other part, the part B of my B-side is that we have been like in a drought.
Oh.
And meaning no rain.
No rain,
right? And
gotta be clear about that.
Soccer season comes and we started getting rain. So some practices have had to be modified or canceled.
Games canceled.
And then we had our oldest son's first game was canceled due to random storms. So I was like, oh, here we go. So this is going to just add to the fun of this fall season. So yeah. Oh, and then I lost my voice.
Yes, that's part C then.
I had like so many parts to my B-side moment, yeah. And then I lost my voice, which is crazy. So.
Yeah, we both did a lot of screaming, and I'm still here. It's weird.
I'm still here too.
No, my voice is still here.
My voice is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I didn't think I was. I don't know. In the basketball, I did get a little rowdy. I was so frustrated. Oh, our boys they should have won.
They should have won.
But anywho.
Yeah, and then so our second segment we normally go into is our P2P share, where we share something we are reading, listening to, or watching. What you got?
I don't have anything that is beneficial, that is like value adding to people's lives.
Honestly, yeah, I can't, like for me, this week, I can't really say.
Oh, I do. I take that back.
Oh, okay.
We ain't gonna talk about it today. We probably talk about it in a future podcast episode. But Kirk Franklin's documentary, I would advise everybody to check it out. It is.
No, that was
It is really like eye opening, and it also like even though that is his story, there are parts of it that I feel like, well, I know for me personally that I resonate with, especially growing up in a small town, like being from a small town, and just how things that happen. It's just, anyways, it's a great documentary. I would definitely advise. It's like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Although I feel like fairly short.
Yeah, I feel like it was long.
It's long and it's really good.
Emotional.
Emotional.
I'm gonna say it's emotional.
And yes, and knowing, and yeah, we don't get, like I said, we might talk about it in another podcast episode. We might not, but I would definitely highly recommend. It definitely allows you to be like witness his journey.
Yeah, no, I agree because I'll say I didn't have anything mainly because with work this week and then the start of seasons, I really, like I said, I can't say I was really watching or listening because I was really just.
I know.
I was just focusing pretty much on work all week, so it was like I didn't really. I wasn't really watching anything or really listening to anything because I was so like focused.
I would say, yeah, I had stuff on because trying to get, through finals papers and stuff like that. But it wasn't anything, like I said, that was a value add. It was truly junk TV.
Yeah,
and just some noise. But then I thought about,
because Shauna, she told me to watch it. And when I watched it,
I did not say.
Oh, how you say?
I said, I am watching his documentary, and it's heavy.
Yeah.
I know where did I say?
Yeah, you did say that.
You should watch it I didn't. Because normally what we do when we're going to share something like that, and I know that there will be parts of it that will really resonate with him. I preface. I said this is really emotional. I don't know if you're in the right space.
Yeah.
To tackle, like to watch this or to read about this or whatever the case may be, but because. I really was not encouraging him to watch.
Yeah, but no, it was because
he was like, "Well, I'm watching it out." I'm like,
"Yeah," because what it was is I was seeing all the things that was leading up to it, so I wanted to actually check it out, but I forgot. So when she said, I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to watch that." Yeah. So yeah, but okay.
Okay.
No, it was like this is nothing. I don't have anything else. So, so I guess what we talking about today?
We are talking about, this is our 100th episode.
I'm doing pops.
I know, you popping it. I'm like, boo, boo. I don't even know what I did.
I don't know what you're doing either, so
okay.
That's hilarious.
Because that is us, and this is our podcast. So it makes sense. But yeah, so we've been doing this for 100 episodes.
Do you ever think we're going to get here?
Nope. Okay, so if we think about why and how we started it.
Correct.
I would have said no. I would have been like, because at some point, we were going to call it quits.
Yeah, we were. No, you're right.
Not quits like our marriage.
Correct.
Sorry.
We got purpose the right
thing. We had some tense moments in our marriage since this started, but I didn't think the podcast was going to last this long because I honestly thought that we wouldn't be able to, do it. Just be able to add this into our routine. Yeah. And then also, too, I didn't think that it would really be about... You know how there are things that you think that, I need to share this because I feel like this is going to really benefit other people. Yeah. And that's what we thought. And then initially, we weren't getting no feedback. We would get no feedback. It wasn't like it was bad feedback. We would get none. So I was like, well, if no one's watching this, why are we doing this?
But like I said, just from the first episode all the way, we got a lot of people watching. Because like I said, I remember those first 4 or 5 episodes, we had a lot of people watching. But it was, like I said, what we've learned is, keywords, all this extra stuff. We just posted stuff and just put it up. We didn't put anything where people search certain keywords. We wasn't doing any of that. So that was part of it, and us just, getting in a groove, but being able to really just continue to do it because we have, like I said, we have the content, we have the things that, we've helped couples out with. We have all this stuff, so it's just the fact of us doing it. And at first we was, I remember we was trying to put out so many, and then it was just like, okay, we got burned out, we need to stop. Yeah. And then we stopped for a while, and then we was like, we need to start doing it again. And then we started doing it again, and then, we dealt with some loss, and so we had to stop again. So it was just, we were always just stopping, are we gonna come back? So that was always what the thing was, are we gonna come back or are we not?
But I also think that when we first started, we thought we had to fit in a certain...
Gotcha, yeah.
This is what we need to be doing. Cause we were looking at other people, they do this, so we need to do that. Yeah. And I think we're now better defined, who we are as BSide of Marriage podcast and BSide of Marriage coaching.
Correct.
Like marriage coaches, like I think we understand it better where we fit in, and also too we have a more clear vision and purpose for those different areas, right?
Yeah.
And I think one thing we were getting confused with is being an influencer. We wanted to be, well, we thought we had to be these marriage influencers.
Correct.
And that is not our ministry.
Nope.
It is not our ministry.
It is not.
And I know I have always shied away from ministry.
Yeah.
Like that word because of what that can entail. But I think if you don't, you can replace ministry with mission, purpose.
Yeah.
Our purpose is to really share and to allow couples to maximize the potential of their relationship, within their relationship, right?
Correct.
And to know that they're not alone in the struggles, and that will that result in us trying to do cutesy videos every day? Absolutely not. We ain't got the time. And also too, that's what's like the effort that goes into all that stuff. Like I truly applaud influencers because it's a lot of work.
It is.
And then people see it. You do all that work for what, a 30-second, even a minute, like video, and then people are like, okay, so where's the next one? Yeah. So like we follow a comedian, actress, that chick Angel, and like she's constantly doing these challenges. I'm not doing these challenges, and I'm not doing them every day.
Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna do it, even for just people to crack the joke.
There's even another couple that I follow, and they do like these random challenges like every day. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the dances.
No.
Are you okay over there? You look like you're melting.
It's hot. God, oh, these sweaters.
But yeah,
Oof.
but
I
gotta, yeah. Oh, they turned it up because it was on there. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not doing that, and I truly applaud people who are able to do it. I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
And maybe it's now. I can say maybe that is the situation now. Who knows what the future holds? Yeah. But if you would ask me today, what is the future? It is not us doing these challenges and doing all these videos every day. We just can't do it. So anyways, I'll get off of that.
Yeah. I'm laughing because you talking about all these videos. So all I think about is Suge about be all these videos dancing. Like, so I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that because, like I said, the Tamia thing, that's something we wanted to do just because that song.
We like to do the dance.
Like that song, especially especially with Tamia too. You know, that was her album was kind of the stuff like.
Do you need some water?
No, I got water. I'm good. Okay. It's hot. God dog. These sweaters, man. Anyhow. Sorry. So that's one thing that we want to do, but we just, like I said, we got to learn to dance first and then try to do it. And
then you got how many takes it's going to take for it to look like you actually do know what you're doing. Cause I don't want to look like I just learned it to do the video. So. Like
I said, I tried it by myself and.
Did you?
Yeah.
I haven't even looked.
It took me about 15 minutes to do it at slow speed. And then when they was like, all right, we're going to do it at level speed, I was like, I'm good. I'm done. I'm tapping out for right now. Maybe I'll come back.
We'll get there. It's just, like that dance, we'll learn that dance. Yeah. I don't know if it'll become content. Because that's another thing. Yeah. There's a difference between your life and content. And for us, we do have the content to provide, but we have to create it in a way that it can be consumed, right?
Correct.
So it's not like, we can just, copy and paste, these templates and stuff, or, these conversation starters, whatever. We got to create it in a way where people can digest it. Yeah. Well, that takes time. And so it's like, do we live or do we work on trying to make all this content?
Correct.
Now, and I already know this is going to happen, we will eventually grow to the point where we can provide, like we can have someone, we can pay someone to do the content portion for
Correct.
us. Like, I mean, not to do the content portion for us, but to convert the content.
Correct.
But at this point, we still a small business, Black-owned business.
I do most
and
of the
we keep a
cutting
lot
up.
of our stuff in-house.
Yeah.
So that, you know, we don't have to feel pressure to try to go and get ad sponsors and stuff like
Correct.
that. And so, or have to, you know, put an ad in for something that we've never used, probably would never use, and all that stuff. So, so we're truly having to, like, just be patient and wait on God's timing for everything.
Yeah, and even just, you know, when we first started, you know, it was, you know, they kind of, what we learned from like our coaches that, you know, we should be doing something 3 times a day, like posting 3 times a day. And then another like we had another coach said, at least get to like 100 episodes. Once you get to 100 episodes, then, you know, then you guys will really be able to, like, you know, moving even faster. So just getting to this mark
It's amazing.
is amazing. Because again, like I said,
It is amazing.
you know, in the years that we've been together, like we got more than 100 episode content, but still being able to put it out like that and do it since what, 2020?
Yes.
God, wow.
This was like,
Yeah, that's 3 years. Man,
yeah.
that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's big.
Wow.
Because, like, yes, we've always had a purpose for our marriage, but BSide started with you.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And then okay, so to tell y'all a real story about how BSide started. So Jay was given a vision by God. And when Jay tried to talk to me about the vision that God gave him, I said, God gave you that vision. Literally, I said, God gave you that vision.
Yeah.
I couldn't see us being able to fit that in
Yeah.
to where we were at, like, into our lives, like being able to do it. And especially because the way we do things, we like to do things like right, like we like to give our best. And I already knew Jay could do it, but I couldn't give my best in it. And I was like, this seems like it's more like something that you should be doing.
Yeah.
I will support you, whatever that means.
It was a lot. It was a lot for me just to do it. It was a lot by myself,
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's really how it started. Then COVID came, and then we were trying to build the house. And then in that moment and all the other stuff that was, that frustration that was going in, and that we had going on in that season, really allowed me to have a stronger relationship, like a stronger prayer life, I should say. And then that's when it was, God revealed to me, like, this is not a him thing, this is a y'all, like both of us have to be doing this. And then that's when we talked about starting a podcast.
Yeah. I didn't want I didn't want I didn't know if I was ready to do a podcast, to be honest with you. Yeah.
I don't know, we knew how to do what we was doing.
No, we didn't.
I think sometimes we still don't.
There's some things.
When it comes to the podcast part,
Yeah.
like I said, we can get up here and we can talk. And we can do something. Well, like I said, because we have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So that part we did. And what I'm learning even more now as I'm, in school is that the things that I take for granted as being like common sense or things to be considered when you're in a relationship, let alone when you're married, that is not common knowledge.
Yeah.
It is not common knowledge. So this was something that we had to do together because it's hard and we're still learning about the podcast and whatever. I know for us, one thing that we have always done, actually, like since the time we got engaged, really has been able to support each other no matter what. Like,
Correct.
No matter, like, it's never been like, what do you bring? Like, what do you do for me?
Oh, gotcha.
Like,
I was like,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, okay, because I know like a lot of conversation now is about, basically women need to be able to just accept a man and the amount of money that, like the way it comes across as negative. Like being able to accept a man if they make less money than them. Like basically they say lower their standards. And I'm just like, when you're in a relationship, money comes and goes. And if a man is providing everything else, but you have been very focused in your career and you are like the primary, like, I'm not even saying the primary breadwinner, it's that you bring more or most of the money, most or more of the money in the house, like, okay, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a thing, because we've had in our relationship, you know, times where I made more, you make more. It doesn't
fluctuates.
If money fluctuates, especially because the economy is going to do what it's going to do, and I know that was one of the reasons though why we wanted to be able to, or why we're doing the things that we're doing now, because we want to be able to control like our future, our destiny, as far as like our finances are concerned. But I said all that to say, like, it's always been a matter of support. And at times, doing things that we are uncomfortable in doing, stepping outside of our comfort zones, to be obedient. And that is literally why we are here today.
So, and I'll say like this, being uncomfortable, this, like, I'm not saying the podcast for both of us uncomfortable, but I know I'm the one that likes to talk. But sometimes I feel like talking to a camera. So it was like to being able to just have conversation with one another to help other couples. You know, like I said, I can do it more. I'm so used to doing it in a setting where there's people in front of us, because that's what we've always done. And for me, like I said, I like, you know, it's more about being in front of somebody having conversation, talking, because I'm a people person. So to do it on here was kind of uncomfortable for me.
It's weird.
Yeah, because we're talking, but we're talking like we're talking towards to you guys, to you watching. So that was the uncomfortability that still, even when, you know, if I'm producing an episode or something like that, I'm like having to really like figure out, like, I know what I want to talk about, but how am I supposed to put it in a way where I can have a conversation with people that I'm not talking to?
Right.
So so it's
and I don't want to talk.
She don't, but she gets on here, we be talking. So
like I said, I've had to be pulled sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I would rather not. I'm out of my comfort zone, but I feel like I'm getting better. And I feel like I provide the ratchetness.
You're hilarious. So.
While my husband provides the holy.
Yeah. Hilarious. So, as we're talking about, this is our 100th episode.
Yes.
So, can you think of a particular episode out of these 100 that sits on the top of your head? It's kind of like one of the best ones we did. No?
Because I don't like to hear my voice, so I don't listen to a lot of these.
You're hilarious. But
I don't like to hear my voice.
More about the content that we brought you. Think.
I don't like being put on the spot. I don't have one that I think was like I guess you go first. Let me think about it.
Okay, so I got two of them. Honestly, the first one, because the very first one mainly because we both enjoy how people come together, how they met, how couples.
Their love story.
So as even to this day, that conversation is always still comical. So to be able to share that, to be able to talk about how we met, and just that whole first story is still to me one of the best episodes, just because it showed who we are individually, as well as who we are, our characters, because people got to see who we truly are, and being able to just see, this is how they met, and wow, this is it's wild. He's wild. Things that he said, the things that he did. Because even just when I've told people that, even us in conversation, people that were in front of us, people are like, wait, what? Like everybody goes, what? You did what, Jay? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I did. So it's it's still And then my second one, I'll say my second one was our first two. Was it the first two of the season? Yeah, when we talked about my addiction, because that was kind of the first time that we've talked about that with other people.
Yeah.
And that's something we've been, working on, throughout our marriage. But that's the first time we actually talked to, let you guys know about, that's something that we've dealt with, that we worked through and we're working through. So.
No, that's a good one.
So.
What's really funny is that I don't like to talk, but one of the ones that I definitely remember was in our OG days. So it was like first season when I talked about getting fired.
That was the second episode, yep. That was the second episode, yeah.
Because I was like, cause that was a lot of processing that I did in front of a camera, in front of people.
That was real time too.
It was real time, me processing. And I was just like, I don't know why I thought that would be a good podcast episode.
But again, people liked it. People liked that episode.
Yeah, the processing in real time was very difficult for me. So I also was like, I ain't trying to cry on no camera. Like I don't know what I look like crying, and I don't want that to be like out on the interwebs.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. I mean, the processing, that part was good. And then honestly, the other thing I really do like that we started, maybe, I don't know the seasons, y'all. But when we started having BSide convos with couples, I really do like those because their stories are so like interesting, and just being able to give y'all like additional perspectives of what's going on, in other people's relationships.
Yeah, and you just said something that I keep forgetting to do, that I have to do. It was the whole purpose of, like, when I started to do BSide of marriage, what was I gonna do,
The pictures?
Yeah, just thought about that. Didn't do none of that, so.
Well, but they also have video.
Yeah, but
it's another way to capture.
Yeah, but.
Their likeness. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do like that, and that was also something that was definitely outside of our comfort zone, because it's one thing to have these relationships with these couples.
Yeah, it's
another to them, but like, hey, let's have a conversation in front of a camera.
Yeah,
and we're gonna put it out on the podcast. So, them being willing to do all, to be vulnerable even in front of a camera.
Correct. Yeah,
so it's been great.
No, that definitely. No, I agree. I definitely agree with that, because originally when I did like the BSide conversations, I interviewed about 8 couples, I think it was. I did that by myself. I did about 8 couples.
Yeah.
But, for me, like when I did it, I did it, and I didn't really take in consideration of the video quality.
Well, because it was supposed to be a blog.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a blog. So then even the audio quality wasn't as good. So I could never use it. So like I said, I've interviewed a few, one actually. Just one, I think it's just one from the original.
One. Yeah.
I only revisited one from the other, yeah. So I need to, or not say but we need to figure out how we can kind of like, I say turn back, but re-interview those couples, yeah. Because, yeah. So, but yeah, this is, like I said, it's exciting being at 100. I don't,
Yes, it's exciting.
Because even when I told Sean that, she was like, what? I was like, yeah, we had 100.
Yeah, and I was like, well, we can't do a rewind for our 100.
Oh,
That's
yeah, no.
disrespectful.
Yeah, that's disrespectful, so.
Because, yeah, I want to say we appreciate those who have been rocking with us from the beginning, who are recent joiners. Welcome to the BSide family. We, even for those who watch and don't comment or whatever. 'Cause that's
we
what
appreciate y'all, though.
Yeah,
we still
do.
appreciate y'all.
We appreciate it because we know that, I mean, pretty much everybody got a podcast. Y'all can listen to whoever you want.
Yeah.
But that you find value in what we're offering. We really do hope that you are also following us on Instagram and Facebook. We have a Facebook group where you're having these conversations, because like on Mondays we talk about marriage myth busters, basically just common myths that we debunk. We demystify each Monday.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays, we do Tune Up Tuesdays, which are basically connecting questions, conversation starters, to just basically do a little check-in with your relationship and see, what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling. And then Wednesdays, we drop our podcast episodes. And then the rest of Friday's Flashback Friday, where we give y'all date night ideas.
Correct.
So yeah, and then, as things come up, we just be popping it in there. So definitely, if you're not already following us, please do. But we do appreciate you guys that are rocking with us now. There is still, that's what's so crazy. That's why I couldn't believe it was 100 episodes. There's still so much that we want to do.
That we haven't talked about.
That we haven't talked about, that we haven't done as far as B-side of marriage is concerned, the company. So it's a lot that we're juggling, but there's still much more to come.
Yeah. Can't wait to continue to do all this stuff too, because I enjoy it. I enjoy just, like I said, just us being able to, because again, I'll say like this, even these conversations that we are having with you guys, this is like therapy for us. We be talking to each other because there are some things that we are talking about that we like in the conversation, a light bulb goes off and then we're talking about it in real time. So it's not like saying everything we producing is like, okay, this is what we're gonna talk. No, it's like no, like I'll come up with something, we'll just talk. We'll just talk about it. So a lot of times,
we tried the really produced ones.
Yeah,
and we didn't think that was very authentic because it's not authentic to ourselves.
Yeah, just us reading off something. Yeah.
Yes, and so these are really conversations. Also, too, it's very interesting for us to talk about something that we experienced early on in our relationship, and now thinking about it from our mindset today about something I had previously. That has been very interesting.
Yeah.
And eye-opening for us as well. So yeah.
So, but you got anything else you can think of?
No.
No.
Just check it out. We will be doing some more workshops, webinars. Like, there's just so much more to come. So just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Be on the lookout. And like always, we appreciate you guys. We thank you guys. Keep watching, y'all.
Yes, and thank you all for being patient with my voice today.
All right. Well, like we always sign off, and well into next week.
Because remember, the real work begins after you say I do.
Peace.